Well, good Friday morning, Southeast Texas, and over in southwestern Louisiana, we have partly cloudy skies on our roofing 911 Skycam network up in Jasper, sponsored by Provalis. Have partly cloudy skies. We had a few showers earlier. They were very small, though, didn't last long. Along the coast, had a few along Interstate 10. That was it. We've actually lowered the rain coverage a little bit this afternoon from about 50% coverage to around 30 to 40, as it looks like the bulk of the moisture and deepest moisture certainly will stay to our southwest. We'll still have a few showers and storms developing throughout the afternoon, but some nice cumulus clouds out there. Lakes area, you started out in the mid to upper 70s across the area this morning. You'll warm into the lower 90s this afternoon. Let's go on over to Orange. Our roofing 911 Skycam network over there, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. See partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies at times. Once again, we're looking for highs to be in the lower to mid 90s with a few scattered showers in the forecast. So one reason we've dropped the rain coverages a little bit, not completely, there's still going to be some showers out there now. But one reason we dropped it is because, number one, the system is too far away from us anyway. It's moving on shore. It's just a tropical wave, trough axis. Air Force reconnaissance couldn't find a cold circulation, so all the moisture, even though it's a weak system and a trough, is kind of being pulled down in that area. We'll show you all that on satellite in just a moment. In fact, it's mostly sunny to partly cloudy here in Beaumont now on our roofing 911 Skycam network, sponsored by Packard and LaPrade. Now here in the Triangle, we started out in the upper 70s. It was warm this morning. In fact, down around Port Arthur, 80, 81, Sabine Pass too, and I just don't see much change in that. Those overnight lows coming up over the next couple of nights, very warm, upper 70s to around 80 in Port Arthur and Sabine Pass. Those warm, humid nights will continue, and hot, humid afternoons will continue through the weekend, and you'll be dodging a few of those typical summer type showers and thunderstorms out there. Our roofing 911 Skycam network outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. See partly cloudy skies looking off to the south. Showers way off in the distance, and they'll bubble up into showers this afternoon. Once again, around a 40% coverage expected later today, maybe even less than that across parts of southeast Texas, as that deeper moisture, as we knew all along, was going to be to our southwest anyway. And there'll be enough moisture around through the weekend to keep a chance of rain in the forecast, but with high pressure aloft building in at the same time, that'll keep the coverages only around 30% for tomorrow, and maybe less than that on Sunday before they start going back up again next week. Now over in Lake Charles, our roofing 911 Skycam network there is still showing partly cloudy skies. They also started out in the upper 70s, mid to upper 70s for lows this morning across parts of southwestern Louisiana, and temperatures right now are already in the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. But you'll be dodging a few showers across southwestern Louisiana this afternoon as well, with high temperatures over there in the lower 90s. So visibility is looking pretty good. Started out in the 70s, should get into the 90s. And up in the lakes, let's take a look at Jasper. Partly cloudy skies there, maybe a couple of showers developing again. Now, speaking of the lakes, you had some heavy thunderstorms last night, especially from Jasper eastward, and then points north and northeast over toward Burkeville. Some 3 to 4 inch rainfall totals in spots, and I knew someone was going to get it yesterday evening because of that upper level disturbance we were talking about coming down from north and northeast Texas, and that's what happened in the northern parts of our viewing area last night. Should be a lot less quiet though this evening as far as intensities and coverages go, that's for sure. Now as we take a look at the allergy report, it's still not too bad. Tree and the grass looking pretty good. Weed up a little bit, mold up just a tad. Shouldn't change too much over the next couple of days. Now right now we're running around 90. We'll be around 93, 94 later this afternoon. 88 in Jasper, 90 in Kirbyville, 91 in Orange, Beaumont 92 over at Houston. So yeah, hot, humid afternoon across the area. Now here's the good news for South Texas. A tropical depression did not form. The system's actually moving on shore as we speak, right in this area, right around Brownsville. This is actually good news for South Texas. A lot of the lakes down there are very low, some of them running dry. This will help them quite a bit, be a nice rainmaker from Corpus southward. It's not going to affect us whatsoever. In fact, you see the leading moisture is going to stay well to our southwest as this continues to work on off to the northwest. But there's still plenty of moisture in the northern Gulf to keep some scattered showers going, as we talked about this afternoon into the weekend. But high pressure is going to be building in at the same time. So this system not developing, that's good. Just be a good soaking rain for South Texas, Brownsville, maybe as far north as Corpus. System will eventually work on into southwest Texas, and those folks down there actually really need the rainfall. So that's a great news there. The central and eastern Gulf of Mexico looks good, just typical scattered showers and thunderstorms south of New Orleans. And other than that, it is looking very, very nice. So we can just get through the next, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks. Hopefully we will be in pretty good shape. All right, let's take a look at radar. And a couple little showers beginning to break out in the lakes. Not many. These are very, very small showers. And a couple of them north of Anahuac. Once again, the best coverage today, as far as coverage, will be from Houston southwestward, closer to that trough, moving in around Brownsville. See a few showers also here and there across portions of southwestern Louisiana, southwest of Lafayette. Everything will be working on off to the north today. Not much in our area, but we'll see a few. Once again, 30 to 40% coverage coming up this afternoon, and pretty much the same tomorrow as high pressure begins to build in. Kind of zooming in on the triangle. Couple little small showers there east of Winnie. One very small, one small shower, fairly heavy, but it's small. North of Anahuac, otherwise pretty good shape. In the triangle now, up in the lakes, there's those showers we were pointing out a while ago. Southwest of Mauriceville, a couple south of Newton, southwest of Jasper. And you go west of Jasper, they didn't get much rain last night, but from Jasper up to about Browndale, certainly over to Newton, Burkeville, this corridor here, there was some 3 to 4 inch rainfall totals yesterday evening. That little disturbance in the upper atmosphere helped produce those showers and thunderstorms there. So a few out there. Now we can see a little bit better here on this satellite. Scattered showers in Louisiana. There'll be a few in our area this afternoon as well. Once again, about a 30 to 40% coverage. But notice the trough of low pressure moving inland well south of Corpus, and that's where the deepest moisture and the best coverage of rain will stay. North Texas, you're looking pretty good. Northern Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma looking good. A few showers out to the west of El Paso. And a little pocket of moisture there, producing some good showers and thunderstorms from Baton Rouge to New Orleans, which is very typical over there this time of the year. They're very active every day due to convergence and things. You can see a little weak disturbance there across portions of Alabama. That may give those areas some showers and thunderstorms coming up this afternoon across the southeastern United States. Kind of zooming out, the southeast for now, fairly quiet. Much of the central plains and some severe weather, although it's isolated in portions of the northern plains. Some showers across portions of New Mexico and Arizona. Otherwise, Florida. You know, Florida has actually been fairly dry so far this summer. They really have. A lot of the counties in Florida have actually been a little bit below normal on rainfall this year. Pretty quiet across portions of the western United States as well. Weak system beginning to work in to Portland, Oregon. All right, now here's what we're going to talk about as far as moisture. And we have it today, but I want you to notice where the best moisture's at. We still have moisture here. But see the yellow color there, back down to South Texas. There's your trough moving in around Brownsville, moving in as we speak. So that's where the best rains will be. 50–60% coverage from Houston southwestward. And there's that deep pocket of moisture we showed you on radar with the rain around New Orleans, Baton Rouge. High pressure, it's already beginning to nudge in from the east. All right, let's go to tomorrow morning. Still got a little pretty good pocket of moisture in the area, especially over the Houston area tomorrow. But notice the flow here, that high beginning to build in. Now, that's not going to shut rain chances off completely. No, not going to shut them off completely. But around a 30% coverage. Now, the farther west you go, tomorrow and Sunday, there'll be better chance. Now, here comes the high. Certainly by Sunday, pretty much right overhead, and moisture less. So we'll give it a 20 to 30% coverage of showers on Sunday. Notice the deepest moisture well off to our east, but the high doesn't stick around long, moves on in, and already by Monday starts to move into northern Texas and New Mexico. So we'll be on the edge of that ridge again into next week. And we know what that means, the flow right back out of Louisiana and the Northeast. These colors of red here, those are upper level disturbances at 500 millibars. So they come in, you get daytime heating, got moisture. We'll be dealing with storms coming in from the east and northeast again next week, as we'll show you on the 7-day forecast in just a moment. In fact, a good little disturbance coming in there on Tuesday of next week. Weak trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere too. You can see that in the wind field. It'll come on by next Wednesday and Thursday. So each day next week, we're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially in the late afternoon, coming in once again from Louisiana. So you'll like rainfall, you'll like the forecast next evening. We're not talking washouts, we're talking late day, scattered afternoon thunderstorms. All right, futurecast showing scattered storms over southwestern Louisiana. That may be a little bit overdone there. Notice we're seeing a few this afternoon. Future radar showing that. Once again, 30 to 40% coverage. We've lowered the coverage a little bit for today. Notice pretty quiet overnight, not expecting anything really overnight along the coast, maybe a few showers developing toward morning. And then as we head throughout the morning tomorrow, a few showers popping up, thunderstorms here and there popping up, nothing widespread. Once again, about say 30% coverage coming up for tomorrow. So it'll still be scattered around. They'll work from south to north across the area as that high pressure ridge builds in. That's not a strong ridge of high pressure, but it'll be a battle between the ridge and what moisture we have tomorrow. Hurricane Erin, this is the first hurricane of the Atlantic hurricane season this year. Category 1 now, winds 75 miles an hour. There's that track. It'll become a major 2, 3, maybe even category 4 as it stays east of the Bahamas. That's good news there. This will not be a threat to the U.S. Thank goodness. We'll keep that one away from the U.S. and nothing behind it right now. There'll be a couple more waves behind it within the next week or so, but the one forecasted to come behind this one should also make the turn. So we can just get through the next, let's say 3, maybe 4 weeks. I think we'll be okay. So keep your fingers crossed there. All right, marine forecast, not a lot of wind out there. It'll be out of the south, only to about 10 knots. Seas 1 to 2 feet, and the sun will rise tomorrow morning at 6:44, set at 7:57. And right now, these are live current conditions down at Texas Point. A light south-southeast wind, 7 with some gust to about 9. All right, this afternoon, a 30 to 40% coverage, showers and thunderstorms, highs in the lower 90s, maybe a mid-90 here and there still up in the Lakes area. 93, 94, not out of the question. You'll have some scattered storms too, but do not expect any flooding like you saw last night in northern Newton and Jasper counties. And speaking of tonight, no rain expected overnight. Now in the triangle, we'll put a 20% coverage in, and that's toward daybreak. That tropical air is still in place, but showers along the coast, possible in the morning. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Of course, we will amend this and update this again before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Scattered showers, thunderstorms this afternoon, 30 to 40%, 30% tomorrow, 20 to 30 on Sunday. We dry out a little bit on Sunday too with that ridge still in. The high pressure ridge, remember we showed you a moment ago, moves out. So the rain coverages will go back up, 30% Monday, and then those disturbances from Louisiana will start coming in, especially by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Right now, we'll give it a 40% coverage with highs in the 90s and lows in the 70s. Let's check the phone lines.